Well, I'm Lucy from Outside Lives, an organisation that works to connect people and communities across Flintshire. We were involved in the Lanterns event in Mold Town Centre just before Christmas. We were really lucky to receive a grant from Flintshire County Council in partnership with the Little Learning Company to do this event, and we brought together lots of different people from lots of different places. So we connected with the school, Digwyddiadau school children. We put an advert out asking people to come along and help us to create these beautiful lanterns. One of our practitioners was able to show us how to make the lanterns, so a really gorgeous skill in lantern making and decorating them using willow and all sorts of materials to make these beautiful lanterns. And we made loads. So the school children made a load, and then we had lots of different workshops with lots of different people coming in to make them. So the event itself was brilliant. We were blown away by the amount of people that actually showed up on the square. At one point I looked around and there was all these people gathering, and yeah, it was quite exciting to see. The day before, when we checked the numbers on our booking website, we realised we'd got over 150 people coming. So we were delighted to find out that we had plenty of lanterns that had been created and took them all down and put fairy lights in them, and it was lovely to hand them out to people. We were joined by Cora Pentan, who sang lots of carols on the night in Cymraeg. And we were also joined by the Cambria Band, who marched us uptown and had a procession of people walking up the town to the top church where we were doing a performance that evening. And it's something I've not seen in Mold before. It's something really new, and it'd be really nice to do that year on year. Lots of people have learnt new skills in terms of making the lanterns, and we've delivered the workshop time and time and again since then at different spaces and places. So the SPF funding was really instrumental to all of this happening. We were able to pay the artist, we were able to pay for the venue costs, we were able to pay for the materials. Without that, it would have been a different story. We wouldn't have been able to afford any of that. So to use that money and bring people together for that purpose was really lovely. Throughout the whole process, we dealt with Sian from the Regeneration team, who was brilliant. She answered all our questions, she helped us fill out all the forms. There was lots of evidence that we needed to gather in terms of photographs and numbers and volunteers. So Sian was there to just guide us through that process and made it as simple as possible for us. Outside Lives is an organisation which works to bring people together for people and planet. This project was really amazing for us because it gave us a platform to bring people together to create and make things. It gave us opportunities to cross generations so everybody could get involved. It was really lovely to see lots of different faces and people that we'd never had contact with before. So it was really good for us as an organisation and for the community to see new people.
Hello, my name's Amanda Barr. I am the Volunteer Coordinator and Events Lead for Groundwork North Wales, Refurbs and Wildland. So our Bikes in Bloom project was funded by the Shared Prosperity Fund and Flintshire Council, and it was to increase footfall into Buckley Town Centre in a really nice way. It was about coming into the town centre, using the space in a creative way and encourage people to start coming more. It was also on another front was to look at reusing items and preventing items going to landfill. Refurbs acquired about 20 bikes that were going to go to landfill. We brought them to Buckley Refurbs Cafe. We invited the community, businesses to come and get involved. They could come and take a bike or come into our workshops and decorate the bikes. We then supplied bikes to any businesses that wanted to get involved and work, so we had quite a good uptake there. People of all ages came and decorated the bikes, which was great. All our materials that we got for the bikes and what we decorated the bikes with were found and recycled again. I used Resource Wales to the scrap store to get most of our things. I bought things locally in the charity shops. At that point, when we went back out with the bikes and asked businesses that perhaps hadn't been involved if they would like to host a bike. The bikes went out quite fast then. that was a good thing. So quite a lot of businesses got involved, which was great. I think we had 20 businesses in all, businesses up and down the high street who got involved. And what their role was is once the bikes were decorated and planted, they would put them outside their shop daily and back in daily. It was really nice because as you were walking along the street, you could literally hear people going, "Isn't this lovely?" And it was just everybody, everywhere you walked, people were commenting. It was very nice to see. It had impact, like immediate impact, so that was great to see. In absolute terms, we couldn't do it without the SPF funding. As an organisation, I think we contribute as well in time and financially, but they match fund with us, and that's what makes all the difference. It helped with buying resources, materials, marketing, staffing, travel costs, all those things that really mount up over the weeks to create the project. But I think also we've seeded a really beautiful project that can grow and expand. And I think people would be quite willing for that as well. And that's probably its greatest success. It's kind of inspired people that they can do things cheaply, they can do things in recycling, and they can do things together. And that, as a whole, it makes really good stuff.
I'm Anne Evans. I'm one of the directors of Siop y Siswrn, business in Mold Town, and we put on a Christmas concert with some very special guests, and we had a fabulous night. We had Male Voice Choir from Blaenau Ffestiniog. They were 55 members, and then we had a mixed choir from Ruthin. They were about 60 odd members, and I'm part of that crew, so I was really pleased to see 60 of them coming to support me. And then we had the Dainiolen band, and it was all presented by Nick Parry, a famous Welsh presenter. So obviously having a concert of this standing, we had international famous artists. It costs quite a bit of money, so really without the SPF funding, I don't think we would have done it. But we did, and as I'm saying, it produced a fantastic night, and I'm sure Mold will benefit. And it did benefit on the day as well, because we had followers of the choirs and the band. They were bringing members not from the local area. So they came in during the afternoon, they were collecting tickets which we'd been selling over the phone, so they were collecting them face to face. So they were spending a few hours before the concert here, and I know they had a good time. You know, the form and everything, paperwork-wise, it was simple. And I did feel that Sian Birch, she really helped us, guided us on how we could get the best out of the project. The communication was great and no problems at all. So for the town itself, for the town of Mold, there's definitely positives. The people at the end of the concert, they were on their feet. Myself involved in the choir, I was part of the Ruthin choir, and obviously it's brilliant when you get 200 plus in the audience and you can sing as you sing better, and the choir itself, I know the girls, they were in tears at the end. They were happy tears, but that means a lot, because then we've managed to make them feel happy as a choir, and I certainly was thrilled to be there, and let's do another one.